pointless. Even if you kill the mother shroom, the spores will stay in Hafner's soil. For the next 10 years, at least. Hopefully longer. Menhir Harius. But that doesn't matter anymore. No one will remember me a few moons from now. Aye, well spotted. So, go ahead. Take me in, beat me up, whatever. Hope you feel good about it. Aye, and I would do it again. Let this fucking son of a Vatir starve to death. And his children, too. That's the good thing about the Golden Sickle, you know. As path-abiding and pious as they pretend to be, in the end they only care about the coin. To what end? I bet you've got it all figured out by now, haven't you? The evil Eterna ruined the pious farmer. What did he tell you, huh? Malphas punishes me for me sins? That stunt has always worked well for him, even back then. Hafner, he pretends to be a stupid farmer, but he isn't. Not at all. Yes, I know him. We both grew up at the Farmer's Coast, and it's where we'll die. A little earlier than I thought, but still. That's a nice word for it. I take it you know everything has gone to shit around here over the past 2 years, with all these brigands, the animals, and the living dead. Well, guess what? It's us farmers who feel it the most. And even worse, with every caravan that gets robbed, the craftsmen inside the city put less trust in us small men and prefer to buy from Borek with his well-armed, escorted caravans instead. I'm getting there. You see, Borek undoubtedly saw the situation we were in, and in its infinite benevolence, offered us a deal. The 2 most productive farmers can transport their goods through his caravan for a small fee. Elegonus Brewstrong was one of them, and the other one was, or should have been, me. Aye, he did. And I would have never let him down, for fuck's sakes. I would have shared me place in the caravan with him like friends do. Aye, we would have made no fortune that way, but still. It would have been enough for us and our families to survive on. But no, 50-50 wasn't enough for that scum. So what does that son of a Vatir do? He poisons me cattle. That fucking bastard poisons me cattle. That miserable pissbag didn't even bother to deny it. Sorry, Menhir, that's just how the world works. But of course, that's only what he said to me. To everyone else, he was so sorry for what had happened to me. Drastic. Aye, that's one way to put it. For 6 months now, we haven't sold anything. But, you know, that isn't even the worst part. The worst part is to go begging with me children and me woman knowing it, while Hafner lives on like just before. The god responsible for the Farmer's Coast is made up of a half a dozen simpletons, all of whom Hafner knows far too well for them to believe me. It would have been pointless. It took me a long time to do this, and it has cost me. But still, it was worth it. Just to see that fucking smile wiped off his face. The spores. I'm no arcanist, but they've taken their toll on me too. And me sight has gotten worse, and I've had these headaches for weeks now. But still, that's a small price to pay for justice. If you're really stupid enough to believe that, go ahead. I don't give a shit. There's only one way to end this. Probably it wasn't, aye. But no point in crying over spilled milk, is there? I've done what I've done. And you've made your judgment. Good luck with that. But... all right, I'll come with you. If not for you, then for me children. Back there's a trapdoor. It will lead us outside. Go if you're ready. I'll follow.
But that's a lie. Mynheer, what's gotten into you? I thought we were friends.
Lie or not, I don't see what that changes about the situation you're in. Hafner, you won't be able to deliver anytime soon. Our cooperation is over.
But... no, this is not fair. How can you say the sickle respects the righteous path and at the same time let me fall victim to this intrigue? What about me kids? Me wife? What am I supposed to tell them?
You fucking liar!
Put that away, now!
You're a disgrace.
What in Malthus's name has gotten into you, Mynheer? I just don't understand.
These farmers are your employees, Contour Master. What do you want me to do? Decide or I'll take in both of them.
What? But...
Shut up!
As I said, you won't be able to deliver anytime soon, Hafner. We'll have to look for another supplier. Urias, you said your cows are all dead?
Aye.
The sickle will provide you with a loan. 500 pennies. Go see landlord Boric with the money. He will sell you new cattle.
what?
We will expect your first delivery 2 moons from now. You will sell it to us at half price for the next 3 years. After that, we will see. My dame, take Hafner into custody and see what there is to Urias' story. The sickle will cover your expenses for this.
Understood. And Urias? If he really did poison Hafner's field, he should face the tribunal for that.
Well, that's for you to decide. But we don't yet know what drove Urias to do it. But everybody knows what the spores can do to your sanity. Plus, if Hafner really did poison his cows, the tribunal might consider a mild sentence. For now, just take Hafner.
All right. Urias, you will hear from us. Hafner, come with me.
But you can't do this. I have a family.
Do I have to force you?
It won't end like this, Mynheer. I swear it.
Actually, it will.
Why have you done this?
Don't ask. And don't think this is over. You will face consequences for what you've done. But still, if your story turns out to be true, I'm sure the sentence will be mild. Now go back to your farm. You will hear from us about the loan.
Aye. Thank you, my sir. I will not forget what you've done.
One word. Why? I applaud your heroism. But you were paid to find the cause of the barrenness and report back to me, not to play Lorem Waterblade. If you really plan on advancing in the sickle, you should leave your ideals elsewhere. This is business, nothing more. You'll get half your normal pay. You may think that, yes. But until the deal with Hurius bears fruit, it will cost us dearly. Plus, until he's able to deliver, we will have to buy from landlord Boric again, and he charges twice as much as the small farmers do. We lost, full scale. My benevolence? You know what? You might be right about that. All right, you will get paid in full this time. But try to leave your goodwill elsewhere next time. There's no place for it in our trade, unfortunately. Well, let's talk back at the trading post.
War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red madness. The fuck is wrong with this world? War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red madness. The fuck is wrong with this world?
In a bed, sorry.
Finally, some fun.
Traveller, huh? You got some guts to go sorting about these days.
Have you heard the news about the Magister? Word has it that he murdered 30 novices, then killed himself up in the temple. By Malphas, what has become of this world?
Yes? Monsieur?
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. Rumors circulate, rumors about the horrible events of the past moons. They speak of a red madness that befalls peaceful souls, driving them to deeds of pathless atrocity.
Scrolls, potions, anything.
All you who live now in fear, hear my words. Do not be afraid. Only the weak of pathless spirit are prone to the workings of this red madness. Pray, honor your path and serve the order, and nothing shall happen to you. For the Lord holds his protective hand over us, as he has done for a millennia.
We always go too easy on the scum.
Hey! You're an adventurer, aren't you? Have you been to... oh, how do they say it? Melee? My dad told me that's where the petrified...
Walk blessed. Now, if it isn't the hero of the Farmer's Coast. The curious story turned out to be true. Hafner really did poison his cows. The stable boy saw him do it, but was too afraid to report it. So, in case you really do care, Curious will make it back into business, thanks to you. Anyway, concerning your question, yes, there is more to do. Uncomplicated work, good pay. Interested? Well, it's simple. At the moment, there's a caravan on its way to Ark, carrying Duneville fruit and peaceweed. I need you to deliver a message to the caravan's leader, Rhodos. Then report back to me. That's it. That Skerrig men wear no underclothes when they venture into battle. I want you to deliver the message, not ponder on its contents. Understood? Well, that's up to you to find out. They should be on the Penny Road by now. Just a couple of days' ride from Ark. Just follow the road. You'll find them eventually. Good luck.
Who are you?
Hungry for arcane secrets? I have books, scrolls, potions,
If it's climb and
anything
fish
from
you
front
seek,
path of
then
my
come and
knowledge.
take a good long peek.
Scum.
Apples, dates, bananas, the freshest fruits. Right from the Farmer's Coast and Duneville.
Do you know the aged man of whom no one knows? From when? Sea King, his house
Many of you may
lies
have
on
heard
the edge. Sudden.
Honorless heretics who adorn themselves with the name Disciples of the Sand have, in an act of limitless... attempted to storm the palace of the
Walk back on the road.
Looking for steel? Everything for the path-abiding soldier. Come again.
You again. Thanks again for your help. How's Will?
Taste it now, our unrivaled, fresh, and tasty bread!
Show me. Now look at that. I have to admit I am surprised. How would you like to be rewarded? Fine. Anything else? If not, please leave me to my work.
Monsieur?
Hello?
Yes?
So much to do, so little time.
Yes? Walk blessed. Sure. Where to?
Hello.
Rats, bugs, spiders.
Oh, you. I was hoping I'd see you again. Here, my... Thank you again. I mean it.
Help you with something?
They'll set us free. They'll set us all free.
Who? Oh, you. How did you get in? And do you have the potion? What? Why? What? Oh, you... I see. And now you're asking yourself why I locked her in the cell, aren't you? It's these episodes that she gets sometimes. The Traveler said that the belly worms cause them. Nothing dangerous, of course, but she loses her temper sometimes. So I put her down there for her own protection. But it'll get better now that you have the elixir. Nonsense. The Traveler examined her and said it's belly worms. Now give me the potion, will you? I'm not paying you to talk. What are you getting at? 200 pennies. But he needed the money because... No, but you're wrong. You're... Oh, blazes. How could I have been so stupid? Yes. But now... The Red Madness... You always hear about these kinds of things, but you never think they'll affect you, until they do. And there's really no cure. Like falling asleep. Yes. It's probably for the best. Oh, Bear. My little Bear. Why? Why her? No. No, I'm her father. I was there when Wilma brought her into this world, so I'll be the one to take her back to her mother. Give me some time on my own, will you? I will make all the necessary preparations. Ah, and here, it's an old heirloom I found in the attic. I don't need it anymore. Hmm? Hmm?
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. A miracle has happened, a miracle that must have been, due to its sheer glory, brought forth by Malthus himself. Telor Arnfield has returned. Yes.
Is it important?
An outlander? Isn't this nice?
you
Ça va courir, Alex!
Brass.
Ça va courir, Alex!
Brass.
Ça va courir, Alex!
Brass.
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. Rumors.
Monsieur?
Rumors about...
Hey! You're an adventurer, aren't you? Have you been to...
Yes? I beg your pardon? Wait. Again, from the beginning. By the righteous path. That I mean, the Guildmaster must learn of this at once. And, wait, what did you say these assassins look like? Huh. Was their armor all black? And did they speak a language that sounded like gibberish to you? Petrified. By Malthus. Well, this is worse than I expected. The hired killers. The best of their kind. Have you never heard of them? Well, apparently their temple, as they call it, or their headquarters, is on a small island called Milea. A deserted city. But now is not the time for history lessons. Whoever has enough money to hire the petrified is dangerous. Very dangerous. I don't like your tone. But if your life depends on it, no, it wasn't. And yes, I was afraid something might happen, but nothing like this. The entire caravan murdered. By the Seven, this is bad. As I said, Guildmaster DeLorean needs to learn about this. Did you find anything on the corpses? Documents, perhaps? Rhodos's amulet. Oh, by Malthus. DeLorean will not like this. Give it to me. The Guildmaster will want to have it. Give me back that letter. We have to make sure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. Thanks. Here, take this. It's a paycheck, and you can hand it in at the bank. Now, excuse me. I have to make some arrangements. Oh, by the Seven, this is not going to be pleasant.
You're not from these, are you?
This holy
I
city.
heard you talk.
Many of you may...
Walk blessed, my sir. Penny pouches. So that old man found himself a new errand boy, did he? Show me.
Well,
Yes, this looks solid indeed. Here is your money. Of course. A wise decision.
Monsieur?
Some shifts never end.
Yeah, it's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
Some shifts never end. Greetings!
Yes?
Hey! You're an adventurer, aren't you? Have you been to...
Now, if it isn't the hero of the hour. Word of the stunt you pulled with those petrified got around. Mal Doloran himself wishes to see you. I strongly assume he's planning to hire you as a protector. Congratulations on that. Oh, you did? I'm impressed. Particularly since he's the Grandmaster of this guild. In the guild house, just on the other side of the street. Now hurry, he doesn't like to be kept waiting. If that's what snappy sounds like to you, maybe you should consider a change of profession. I heard the bathing house is still looking for harlots. I have done that. More than enough. Thanks. Let me put it this way. I'm impressed by how you, without a moment's hesitation, used the tragic events at the caravan site for your own advantage. But I guess that's just how this world works. Business is business. No, of course you don't. Walk blessed. Yes?
Ah, you're Neremish, aren't you? I know that accent. People say your country has been reunited again. But apparently the one who's now ruling it is a monster. He burns down temples and crucifies priests. That's insane, isn't it?
Take a seat.
Yes? Good. Thank you for coming. I'm Enderal, by my path Guildmaster of the Golden Sickle. What is your name? Well met, I'll be frank. You're an outlander, and that makes you pathless. And I'm sure you know by now that the Golden Sickle is more than just a band of merchants. It's a citadel of traditional values in a time when they hardly exist anymore. Still, I believe that everyone has the right to prove themselves, pathless or not. And when you fought those assassins, you did just that, even though you were too late. So, as promised, I'll make it short. I want to promote you to the rank of Protector. That sounds just like him. You know, there were times when Mindalus was young and full of ideals. But his behavior these days continues to remind me that those times are long past. I suppose he thinks your promotion is unfair to the other recruits. But you're fit for the task. Even he should see that. It does. But the circumstances are anything but ordinary. How? With floors made of marble and statues of gold? This is not a brothel for nobles. It's a place of work. And in my experience, that kind of nonsense does one thing above all else: distract. The same as working for the trading post. Only you will no longer have to waste your skills on running errands. You promise to honor the principles of the Golden Sickle, and to never act out against it or its members. In return, you will be granted a good pay and path-abiding honest work. Work that other outlanders would give their left hand for, if I may say that. You don't have to be. You help the sickle when it needs help, and you get paid. That's it. Good. Can you read and write? Excellent. This contract contains what we expect from you in written form. Read it, sign it, and then we can start. Yes? Excellent. Then we can start right away. Are you ready for your first assignment as a protector? Before I tell you, I have to ask you something. Are you familiar with the Blue Islands Coalition? The Blue Islands Coalition is a league of powerful merchants from the belt of Killet. I take it you've heard about the civil war on Killet. It has been going on for 2 years now. Recently, the Council of Elders, which is made up of mostly wealthy merchants in Calais, succeeded in restoring rudimentary order. That is, if a dictatorship by those cutthroats can be called order. Blasphemous rumors about the supposed death of the Lightborn. It's ridiculous when you say it out loud like that. But the Calayans never were a God-fearing people to begin with. I suppose some of the elders were behind those rumors. They wanted all the power for themselves, so they spread a rumor that the gods were dead, and that it was time for a new order to arise. At first it was just a few remaining servants of the Lightborn against the usurpers. Then the latter started turning on each other. Thousands of people died. Although the Calayans brought this upon themselves, it's still a tragedy. It affects trade. Since the Civil War, the prices for spices, cane sugar, and Calayan cloth have exploded. And while some might profit from this, most merchants don't. But this situation should settle down now that the war is over, and it's not the topic of this discussion. I need you because some days ago an emissary of the Blue Islands Coalition arrived in Ark. Yes, but it's no ordinary visit. We'll talk of that later. I don't. But that's a different story. I want you to meet this emissary and give him this letter. It's a written invitation to come to the guild's house for dinner. We are talking about a representative of one of the world's most powerful merchant guilds. This is not an ordinary errand. Well, finding that out will be part of your job. But I suppose he's somewhere in that city where there are colorful clothes and shining jewels. Calayans are drawn to that kind of flashiness like children to sweets. Now go. Come back to me once you've delivered the message. You just have to work if you want to achieve something. It's just how it is.
Uh-huh.
Walk blessed. It's good to see you.
Is it
Monsieur? Yes?
Evening.
Yes, you should go into the Whisperwood and see what you can find in the old fortress. I'll wait for you in the Undercity, in my laboratory.
Move along.
He no talk to Dul. He not bad. Talk to others. Emissary. He talk about the jam? The jam not here. The jam other place. Perhaps Dul can remember, but he needs to help his memory. Dul's memory old and full of holes. Like cheese. He right, but sailor life is rough, and the sea winds blow away thoughts just like that. Dul heard that pennies can help, but Dul not knows if true. Powerful man, but fine. Dul want no trouble. The jam went bathing in house with many waters. Go look there. He has what he came here for. Go now. Leave Dul alone.
Yes, you should go into the Whisperwood and...
Hello?
Monsieur?
They just sit on their asses and hope things settle them.
It just doesn't work, Magister, no matter how hard I try.
Yes, and there you have the
and
problem.
excretion.
You try.
Between darkness and light.
But that's how it is. Life is what you make of it.
Ah, you're not from around here, are you? I know that accent. I think I've seen you before. Hello. You work for the Order. Do you know who those wild mages...
Walk blessed, walk blessed. Has my sir come to indulge in the hot springs of the Larkses? Or is my sir simply looking for a place to forget about life's daily sorrows? In either case, he will be required to pay a toll of 57 pennies. Unfortunately, a man with such a name is not known to me. Or is my sir simply looking... Unfortunately...
Let him in. I'll pay.
My dame, you should cover yourself.
Let's talk downstairs, shall we? I want to indulge in these beautiful springs for as long as I can.
That's just how it is.
As far as I know, yes. Dija Monelis, daughter of Geran, emissary of the Blue Islands Coalition, and newcomer to this wonderful city. But let's save the introductions for later, shall we? It's cold up here. It does. Come on down. really need that new herbal essence for my hair. What is it? Are you coming? Depends on the business, I guess. So, I take it you're the welcoming party from the Sickle, am I right? I was told someone would contact me as soon as we landed, but for the past 2 days no one has. I thought I might as well take a look around the city. Even though this city has certainly seen better days, at least according to the gossip. Red madness, lost ones in the forests, crazed brigands. Phew! I'm sure they have their reasons. I have. But I've been warned that this Deloran is a... how shall I say? A complicated character. I'm important, and I'll let you feel just how important by letting you wait. But who cares? Once an idiot, always an idiot. Now, aren't you curious? But fine, why not? We want to buy an artifact from the Sickle. An ancient and powerful one. One of unmatched value. 2 golden testicles from a Vatir, each of them weighing 3 pounds.
Fine. Thank you. And you?
Well, as good as can be expected under the circumstances.
Sorry, I just had to.
suppose. These are hard times
Jokes
we
aside,
live in.
I would be a bad merchant if I went around gossiping with confidential information, wouldn't I? Don't take it personally.
Things were better. So do I.
Show me.
How's
Formal
your daughter?
supper in the guild's house with Deloran himself. Oh my,
yes,
this
that
is going to be an
true.
evening
A good
full
lad,
of jesting
that
and
boy.
good humor.
I'm happy for her.
You can tell Deloran I'll be there.
Suppose I should go
Thanks
now.
for delivering the message.
Walk blessed, and may his light guide you.
And you, my sir.
I wonder who's playing the Nomad tonight.
Charming.
One more thing before you go. You're Enderal. I've heard that accent before, but I just can't put my finger on it. Where are you from?
Of course, that was it. And how is it that a traveler like you is now running errands for the Golden Sickle? A soldier of fortune. How charming. Anyway, good luck with whatever you do next. And if you're in the mood for it, apparently there's a Chilean minstrel group in this city, and they perform in the tavern just next to the bathing house. I'll stay there for the time being, and I wouldn't mind a good chat. Well then, I'll see you there. Then walk blessed, as people here like to say.
Yes? What are you doing here?
Yes?
between darkness and
fine vintage.
No, look at that. You came. Didn't think you would. So, what's your take on this contemporary sample of Chilean dancing? Well, that doesn't mean you can't have an opinion, does it? Anyway, how about a sip of wine? Rounds are on me.
Monsieur.
Come, take a seat.
Safe travels.
So, before we move on to more pleasant topics, there is one thing I need to get off my chest first. I heard of the, paper chase you had to go through to find me. I know, he's pulled that stunt on others before. He speaks perfect Enderal, by the way. That whole "I'm only stupid Chilean" thing is part of the act. In that sense, thanks for teaching him a lesson. It was overdue. But anyway, tell me, what brought you here? Just where exactly from Nerim are you from? I'm curious. That's why I asked. Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, this is precisely why I find it so interesting that so many people accuse us Chileans of being greedy or dishonorable. I mean, just take a look around. Are the other nations of the civilized world really so much better? We've got Nerim, which was recently split into 3 and devastated by 3 madmen. I don't need to tell you about that. Then there's Kira, with its fabled free thinking in universities. But every 2 weeks, there's a new attempt at revolution with at least 3 dozen corpses. And don't get me started on Arctwind, Arazale, or this place. What I'm trying to say is, yes, there's poverty on the Blue Islands. On Chile, and yes, there are problems. But we are free. Neither Morala nor the Elder Council tell us what to do, and no matter how dire the circumstances you're born into, life is what you make of it. So it's basically the opposite of this excuse for a country. Anybody can become rich, famous, or, if they want to, live an eremite's life on the beach. As long as they can go through with it. Then sure, there are exceptions. But in my experience, those who never made it brought it on themselves. Usually. You know, I know what it means to have to fight for something. Unlike that snot DeLorean, I wasn't born with a bag of gold stuffed up my ass. But instead of wallowing in self-pity or listening to the priests talk about how everything gets better once you're dead, I took responsibility for my own fate. If a dust-sniffing loser as a father and a clump-footed, half-witted brother qualify as not exactly noble, then yes. I don't want to talk about it. Was. Merciful as the gods were, they blessed him with a deadly fever at the age of 10. Probably better that way. An addict and a failure. Do you know the kind of person who does nothing all day long but whine about how unfair the world is? Take that and throw in 2 sacks of droge and there you have him. Geron O'Neillis. My esteemed creator and one of the reasons I spent most of my childhood eating dust and insects for breakfast. It was. I have, and I'm only getting started. You should see them, all these losers who I grew up with. Yes, they were dealt a tough hand, but instead of grabbing fate at its throat, they just went through their lives with their heads bowed and nodding at everyone. I'll never understand how people can be that way. Anyway, let's not go further into this. You said your mother was Chilean, wasn't she? Are you planning to go back one day? Return to your roots, so to speak? Well, now's the time. It's a beautiful place, really. The forests, the Great Falls, the beaches, Unil Yar. No, well, I'm getting nostalgic. I'd say we make a cut here, shall we? It's late and I should see how my crew is doing. It was a pleasure, Protector. Until next time.
Monsieur.
My sir.
Well, aren't you quite straightforward? Most people wouldn't dare. Ah, a narrow maze. A rare sight these days. I'd like to ask what brought you
Hello.
here, but the innkeeper will cut my pay for each minute I don't play music.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What do you want? Huh? What do you want?
Presented.
Malfast's blessings.
What? Let's. Which one would you like to hear? Sure.
Shivering hands and delirious eyes, brittle.
Yes?
Manic minds, they roam across the land, spreading terror and dismay. Walls of fire and arrows of ice, before you can blink they have slaughtered you twice. Death is their companion and doom is their delight. Martha's light has never shone on their face. The darkness fevers clouded the troubled brains. Mages wild and free, wicked wayward wizards. If they're pointing their fingers at you, you'll soon be crazy too. In ruins and caves they hide away, avoiding the sunlight, the brightness of day, uttering curses and hexes into the night. You never know what's beneath their disguise. They're masters of fear, illusion and lies. You won't have a chance to say your final prayer. Martha's light has never shone on their face. The darkness fever has clouded their troubled brains. Mages wild and free, wicked wayward wizards. If they're pointing their fingers at you, you'll soon be crazy too. If the magical fire flares up in your head, your spirit is filled with frenzy and dread. Don't wait or soon no help will all be in vain.
Yes?
The journey to water you must take, or else the fever will deform your shape.
Malthus blessings,
You'll
sir.
end up as
Are
a
you looking for
hideous
something to read?
monster, the frightful blue death.
Yes?
Martha's light has never shone on their face. clouded their
Yes?
trouble brings. Mages wild and free, wicked wayward wizards. If they're pointing their fingers at you, you'll soon be crazy too.
May your path always be even. All right then, bring it on.
Hey!
Yes! As Oh, you're not from around here, are you?
Have you heard the news about the Majesty?
Well then, good luck.
And here we...
May your path always be even. All right then, bring it on.
Yeah, blazes. Yeah, blazes. By Malthus, you're lucky. I knew it. Blazes. Blazes. Yes! As expected. Yes! As expected. Hey! Yes! As expected. Blazes. Hey! I knew it. And here we go. Hey! And here we go. By Malthus, you're lucky. Hey! I knew it. Blazes. May your path always be even. Oh, you're not from around here, are you?
Across the land.
Yes? Have you been to the island?
Midnight. Between cobblestone and excretion.
Monsieur?
Between darkness.
Be careful, my sir. The streets aren't safe at this hour.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? Yes? She? Oh, wonderful. That changes a lot. Not if they understand the meaning of responsibility and discipline.
Work.
And unfortunately, that's not the norm. Now you'll get your pay. Go talk to Penny Pouches. I will contact you if your services are needed once again, which will most likely be very soon. Farewell. There's one more thing. This Dijon. What's your take on her? I will be. Thank you. Now go. You'll hear from me.
Greetings. Well,
Walk blessed.
If only that man knew a thing or two about reliability. Hmm? Oh, of course. Your pay for having a chit-chat with that woman. Here, I think that is more than enough. Well, are you the eager one? Does all that money whet your appetite? But no, not at the moment. Oh, hang on. You know a thing or two about beating up people, don't you? Well, there might be something. Landlord Boric recently complained about rats in his granary, and we agreed to send him a ratter. That would be a job for you, wouldn't it? I can't do that.
Guildmaster DeLorean sent me.
Yes? Walk blessed. Hmm? Oh, of course. Your pay. Well, are you the eager one? Landlord Boric recently complained about rats in his granary, and we agreed to south from Boric's farm. You just have to...
Guildmaster DeLorean sent me.
Yes? Walk blessed.
You're not from here, are you? I heard you talk. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
It's about this new protector.
Boring.
Do you know where he is? Oh, of course, sorry. It's just... I didn't know what you looked like. Master DeLorean wishes to see you, my sir. At once, he said. It seemed to be something important.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, without samples, I just can't say, my sir. I am sorry.
I understand. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. I'm sorry I don't have better news.
There you are. Thank you for coming so quickly. Look for yourself. Yes? Rhodus Trevian. I still remember when he was first hired in the trading post, similar to the way you were. Do you remember him? He led the caravan that was ambushed by those assassins. Rhodus was an urchin child from the Undercity, but unlike the others, he chose to fight his way out of his misery. Eventually, he made it into the sickle. He was a disciplined, honest young man. Yet despite all his ambition, he never sought to surpass his path. He was a good person, always striving, yet with deep respect for tradition. There aren't many young people like that these days. I still remember when I granted him the Sickles badge, 4 winters ago. He was so proud. I know it was you that brought it back to the trading post. I think it would have meant a lot to him, knowing that it isn't rotting somewhere in the desert sands. Suffice it to say, there has been a disquieting development. We've found traces of poison in some of the corpses. Traces of Chilean poison. The petrified are sellswords, pathless and despicable people. But in the end, they are weapons, tools. So the question we have to ask ourselves is, who sent them? You say that so lightly. I think it's about time you learn the whole truth about this cooperation between us and the Chileans. The reason the Blue Island Coalition is here is a bargain. Have you ever heard of the Green Scarabaeus, the idol of Morala? The goddess of Chile, yes. The Scarabaeus is made of a very rare gem that makes it one of the most valuable jewels in the civilized world. Well, as you might have figured, it was originally a Chilean who possessed it. Ralius Davul, to be precise, the founder of the Blue Island Coalition himself, and at that time, one of the richest men on Vin. Yes, I will spare you the details of how that came to be, but be assured that it was the result of hard and path-abiding work, something that is foreign to those dark-skinned cutthroats. However, the Blue Island Coalition contacted us about 6 moons ago, shortly after the Chilean Civil War was over. They want to buy the idol from us. A big one. Let's leave it at that. It is. To be honest, if circumstances were different, I would have never agreed. The fact that the Chileans, in all their greed, were forced to sell the symbol of their own goddess is almost an allegory for the way of living. But I suppose you also know that our country, Enderal, has seen better times. And, of course, all those unfortunate developments in the past years have affected the sickle too. And before you ask, it is not as if we have to fear for our existence. But there are certain expenses we simply have to cover. In other words, we need the money. Yes. Have you ever been to the Undercity? The house of the apothecari, the pest house, as it is lovingly called. The sickle maintains it, and with the current economical situation, we might be forced to shut it down soon. We do our duty. That the sickle respects the righteous path is not just some dull phrase. And from this day, this land shall be your new home, and the threads of which Enderal's future shall be woven rest in your hands. Book 12, verse 93. Being of righteous path also means taking responsibility for society as a whole. Rhoda certainly helped me see the Undercity with different eyes, yes. But that's not all. Yes. You are. It was foolish. But we thought a regular caravan would be less likely to draw attention. It was a mistake. I'm responsible for many good men and women that are now dead, including Rhodas. But be that as it may, we owe it to them to find the one who did this. And if the Blue Island Coalition really is behind it, then... You're right, but we have to be sure. Correct. We have to reconstruct the poison, and that's why I need you. It's called Enderal Van, and it's made of 3 substances: Netherland thistles, dust maggot stingers, and dawnflower extract. According to the apothecarius, the thistles can be found in Golden Forest, and the stingers anywhere in the Powder Desert. Dawnflowers don't grow in Enderal, so you might have to try your luck with one of the traveling merchants in Duneville. Here, this should cover your expenses. And you have my word. If you help the sickle in this matter, your reward will be generous. That's an admirable attitude. Here's a list of the ingredients. This should be self-evident, but still. Not a single word to the Kalayans, understood? Rash accusations without any evidence to back it up could prove, disastrous. Good luck, Protector. What about him? My relationship? What do you mean by that? Substitute son? By the righteous path, you say what is on your mind, I'll give you that. But truth be told, it's a welcome change from all those bootlickers who I usually deal with. Rhodas, he, You know, if I take a look at this world as it is these days, I see so many things going wrong. Hardly anyone still respects the righteous path, save for the usual verbiage. And for some reason, they all believe they deserve a good life without having to work for it. When I grew up, it was different. Yes, I was born a sublime, but I grew up knowing that our entire life is a trial. Walking the righteous path, it is a struggle, and it requires effort and discipline. Rhoda saw that. He kept on going despite his fate. In a way, he was the living proof that virtue and true path abidingness are not tied to condition, so to speak. But that doesn't mean I treated him any differently, and he would not have expected me to either. Whoever hired these sellswords will pay, no matter the price. Yes?
Greeting.
Well, there comes a point when you just have to live with it.
What would you like to hear?
Mead, stew,
Sure.
roast pork. Anyone?
100 men they were, as they set out to fight for their country's banner in distant foreign land. He bid her farewell, a love still young and green. She thought she'd soon be in his arms again.
Grandmaster Raphael is as unusual as his reputation suggests.
He told her, await my safe return, trust in this. Let's promise and stand firm once moonlight shines red onto the seas. We shall return in victory. They marched off, blue banners in the sky, and teardrops were running from her eyes. Yet she thought, if only I believe time will bring him safely back to me. When the red moon casts its light, his ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind's wings, until he reaches the old hill. There she kneels before his grave, where their love had once been born, and he caresses her face, yet she feels not his embrace. Dark and red glows the winter sky, two souls divided by the threads of time.
As if he
Days turned into weeks, moon for moon passed by, yet no word from the battlefield.
Malfast's blessings.
Months turned into years.
Walk
Peace
blessed,
now
my
ruled
child.
the land.
How may I help you?
Empty graves were dug under the sky.
Huh? What do you want?
Yet never did she doubt his last oath. Each night she stepped out into the cold. She
Malfast's blessings.
the forest, climbed the hill where she had once sworn her love to him, and always. When
What do you
summer
want?
bid goodbye and moonlight, blood red fell from the sky. His ghost raised from dust forgotten bones.
Malfast's
searching
blessings.
for what he had lost too soon. When the red moon casts its light, his ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind's wings,
What do you
until he
want?
reaches the old hill. There she kneels before his grave, where their love had once been born, and he caresses
Walk
her
blessed,
face,
my child.
yet she
How may
feels
I
not
help you?
his embrace. Dark and
Malfast's
red
blessings.
glows the winter sky, two souls divided by the threads of time.
Walk blessed, my child. How may I help you?
Malfast's blessings.
Walk blessed, my child. How may I help you?
Mead, stew, roast pork.
Decades
Anyone?
had gone by, her hair ashen and thin, rose had fallen.
Walk blessed, my child. How may I help you?
When she walked the streets, they said that she was damned, a victim to a past long gone and rotten.
Walk blessed, my child. How may I
Yet
help you?
still she did not care for their words. When night came, she prayed for his return. Each fall wind,
Walk blessed, my child.
cold winds
How may I
haunted
help you?
the land she longed to once again hold his hand. And as her last sunset drew close by,
Walk blessed,
she
my child.
lingered,
How may I help you?
forgotten in the night. The moon's light shines bright upon her face. She's waiting. As
Walk
her
blessed,
light
my child.
fades away,
How may I help you?
the red moon casts its light. His ghost travels through the night, through the forest on wind's wings, until he reaches the old hill. There
Mead,
she kneels
stew,
before his grave,
roast pork.
where their love
Anyone?
had once been born, And as she closes her eyes, a ray of light breaks through the sky, and her skin turns into dust as her soul breaks from its shell, and she joins him in the sky, two sheets freed from grief and time. Then the winds take them away, through the woods its trees sway, and she takes him by his hand. At last in peace they find their end. Dark and red glows the winter sky, two souls divided by the threads of time. Dark and red glowed the winter sky, two souls united by the threads of time.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
Huh? What do you want? Malfast's blessings.
Mead, stew, roast pork. Anyone?
Malfast's blessings.
Yes?
Hmm?
Help you with something?
Hmm?